Everybody doing today?
Great.
No place you'd rather be, right, on a beautiful sunny Saturday?
Right.
I'm right there with you. I'm glad to be here today. I'm John Winters with Royal Caribbean. I brought these along just in case you didn't know who I was or where I was from. So, I'm going to talk about what's new at Royal Caribbean.
Oh, wait, I
Oh,
got
I'm
a
gonna have to
photo
get-
op going on.
My glasses are going to have to be new. If I can figure out how to move things. So the newest thing we have at Royal Caribbean is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is, has anybody heard of this?
Yeah.
A few people? This is going to be the coolest thing ever. It's going to be a whole big thing on our private island destination, Coco Cay. I don't know if this needs to be plugged in.
Yes, it does.
And I don't know where you plug it because it looks like I did not download that.
Oh, did they ask you about it?
Okay, that's what I thought.
So, if you-
Okay. Okay. So, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. It's in the works right now. And the one thing they left the best part of the whole rejuvenation, if you will, of Coco Cay off the list. Best thing is we're building a new pier. So that way we don't have to tender anymore. We're not at the mercy of the weather. If it's too windy, too wavy, we can't tender. We have to go someplace else. And on a 3-day cruise, if you're missing one of your ports, not very happy people. But we're building a water park. We're going to have the tallest water slide in North America. Coco Beach Club is going to be a private beach club area with over-the-water cabanas for rent. Up and Away is going to be our helium balloon ride that'll take people 450 feet above the island and hang out for a little bit. Oasis Lagoon is going to be the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. So all the fun things your clients like to do at the all-inclusives with the swim-up bars and all that kind of fun stuff they'll be able to do. It's also one of those, I forget what you call it, zero entry pools where it starts off like that deep.
Zero entry.
Zero entry, because the water is very shallow, so you don't have to, with little kids, you don't have to worry about, you know, being over your head right away. We're going to have Splash Away Bay, which is a water park for smaller kids. Captain Jack's Galleon, which is an old pirate ship type thing for kids. Zip line, South Beach, Chill Island. We're going to have Captain Jack's, which is going to be a new bar and venue with bar food, drinks, live entertainment, dancing. So it's really going to be able to increase our exposure to the rest of the fleet. Right now we have mainly Short Caribbean that's going there, but we're going to have Oasis class ships are going to be able to go there now once the pier is finished. We're even going to include it in some of the transatlantic cruises. We'll have our short cruises there. All of our ships from the Northeast will stop there. So you're going to see a lot more exposure to Coco Cay, and I think it's going to be very, very popular with your clients. This is kind of an overview of what it's going to look like. Coming in this year, the pier was supposed to be ready late December. Now it's probably early January. Oasis Lagoon is the big freshwater pool, which is right in this area. The Chill Grill and Chill Island right here, and then Up and Away. So those are the things that'll be ready this year. The majority of the stuff is going to be coming in May of 2019. That's when the water park will be done. The last thing finished will be the over-the-water cabanas for rent, and that'll be December of 19. So it's a $200 million investment in Coco Cay. And we're doing a $900 million investment on 10 of our ships, all the wide-body ships. So the 5 Voyager class, the 3 Freedom, that's 8, and then Oasis and Allure. Mariner was the last one that was finished. We just did a $120 million upgrade on her. Some of the cool things we added SkyPad, which is a bungee trampoline, 4 bungee trampolines in there with virtual reality experience. So really some fun activities there. And Mariner is going to be doing short Caribbean. It's going to be doing Bahamas, 3 and 4 nights. So we're kind of taking a different approach here. We're putting one of our best ships into the 3 and 4 night market. We want to attract those first time cruisers. A lot of times those are the people who they say, well, I don't know if I'd like cruising, so I'll try it for 3 or 4 days. We want them to go and be on the Mariner, one of the best ships doing 3 and 4 nights. They're going to absolutely love it. They're going to love you for sending them to us, and they're going to love us for taking such good care of them. They're going to come back time and time again. Cuba is another destination that we've done some improvements and expansion on. Majesty started sailing there this spring in May, and she's going to be doing year-round Cuba itineraries now, mainly focusing on the itineraries that offer Havana, because she's a bigger ship than Empress, and Havana's a bigger harbor. So mostly 4 and 5 night itineraries on Majesty. A lot of those including overnight stays in Havana. Empress then is going to be doing 5 to 8 night cruises, and we're also in September adding 2 new ports to Cuba. So in addition to Havana, we'll have Cienfuegos and Santiago de Cuba. And so Empress will be calling on those itineraries. When you get into the longer ones, like the 8 nights, that's when you'll have itineraries that will include all 3 ports. Another thing I'd like to remind you about is our partnership with Universal Orlando Resort. 2 vacations, 1 journey. You can combine a 3, 4, or 7 night cruise before or after your Universal adventure. So you can stay in any of the on-site resorts at Universal. You get all the things that your clients want, the early park admissions, all of that stuff that they get. Transfers are included throughout the entire package, and it's sold as a pre or post add-on. So it's very popular. It's going to be less expensive than if you were doing it separately, and it's all commissionable as well. I just want to touch on Alaska real briefly. I'm very excited for Alaska 2019. We're going to have some new things in Alaska, specifically the Ovation, which is a Quantum class ship. We don't really sell a lot of Quantum class right now because it sails out of New York to the Caribbean. And for some reason, people from the upper Midwest, they don't want to start their cruise in New York. Go figure. We have snowman building contests on the ship and everything, but they don't want to do that. But it's a great ship for Alaska. It's got the Seaplex area here, which is all enclosed, and that's where the circus training is. That's where the bumper cars are. They play soccer, basketball, volleyball, all that stuff in there. This is the one that's got the North Star, which is that arm with the big pod up there. Also the one that has the skydiving simulator. So all of that stuff is there, all available. And it's going to do the round-trip sailings out of Seattle. So again, a good thing to have in Alaska, lots of indoor activities. My favorite thing about this ship that I think makes it a great choice for Alaska is all the inside staterooms have a virtual balcony. So this is what this looks like. It's a virtual balcony. It's basically a high-definition TV set into the wall with curtains around it, and it looks just like it's the size of a balcony door. It's real-time view and real-time sound of what's out there on your side of the ship, or depending on where you're located. So perfect in Alaska, because when you wake up in the morning, you want to know what's the weather doing out there. And if you're in an inside cabin, you can't tell. So all the inside cabins have this on that ship, so I think that's a great feature.
How many ships do you have doing Alaska?
We have 2. This one that does the round trip out of Seattle, and then we have the Radiance that does the northbound, southbound with the cruise tours. I wanted to mention Deck the Holidays, just to remind you that this is a great opportunity to give your clients a holiday treat no matter when they cruise with us during the month of December. We do these holiday activities throughout the whole month. So we have tree lighting ceremony, we have Santa and the elves, we make it snow on board, we have all kinds of fun activities, and they take place on every single cruise in December. So it's just not over Christmas that we do it. Of course, we only do New Year's once because they think we were kind of goofy if we did New Year's every cruise. But it's a lot of fun, especially for families, especially for the mom. She likes to get away for the holidays, not have to do all the cooking and all that kind of stuff. Although at our house, I do all the cooking, so however it works out. But definitely a lot of fun activities, and we do have a holiday promotion going on right now for this year's holidays to kind of finish up this year, and for next year's holidays, where they can get an extra discount depending on their length of cruise and their stateroom type. And then this is a new thing on Cruising Power, the chat bot, and I don't know if any of you have experienced this yet. It's basically designed to give you a little extra help. So we've got the little icon down here, and when you click on that, the little guy is going to come up and see what he can help you with. But what's nice about this is that you can, you know, we've always had the feature where you can do a live chat with somebody, but a lot of times that took time. This is instant, and it's real helpful if you're looking for something in particular. If you have a question, where do I find this, or what's the answer to that, or whatever. If you want to make a payment, booking invoice, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do right there very quickly. It's all about trying to save you some time so that you can move on to your next phone call. And I know with you guys, that's what it's all about. You want to get what's on your list crossed off so you can move on to the next thing. And we try to make it as quick and easy and painless as possible for something like that. I do have a change I want to let you know about our non-refundable deposit program. This has been working extremely well for us. The one thing that we discovered though is that right now we're offering an onboard credit for bookings made 6 months or further in advance, and that's going to be going away for bookings created as of November 1st. Main reason for that is we're just not seeing that it makes a difference to the consumer, and so we're using that revenue with other things to be able to give them things that seem to have more of an impact with them. So if you've got people that are on the fence about booking, if they're making a reservation under the non-refundable deposit program prior to November 1, at least 6 months in advance, they're still going to be able to get their onboard credit. It's up to a $100 onboard credit. I think it's $100 for balconies and suites and $50 for inside and ocean view. But as of November 1, that is going to go away. The other thing, just on the topic of non-refundable deposit program, is that's one of the things that we're pretty strict on when we get a call from somebody that says, I need help with this, the guy canceled and he wants his deposit back. And they explained to them that they signed a non-refundable offer and everything, but how it is, that doesn't really apply to me in my circumstance. I'm sure you'll make an exception, and we're really not making exceptions to that, so I just want you to know. The other thing is, if you've got people who book on board ship for next cruise, everybody that books on board signs a waiver that they understand it's a non-refundable. So if you have somebody who booked on board and they come to you and need to cancel and they want their money back and they say, well, they never told me that on board ship, let me know. We can get signed document and we can send it to you. So we're very strict on that, and that's one of the reasons that we make sure that they sign that on board. We've also got a new group rewards program. This is taking into effect, it's going into effect with the new deployment 2019 and 20. So basically starting May 1 of 2019 forward. The change is that the basic policy didn't change. It's still 8 staterooms for a group. If you have 8 staterooms or less, or if you're under 16 staterooms, you can have an option of deposit or no deposit on your group. If you're over 16 staterooms, you have to do a deposit. The thing that's changed is that if you do a deposit on your group now, on these new groups, we're going to give you 4 gap points. If you don't do a deposit on your group, you don't get any gap points. So the idea behind that is we're looking for more of a buy-in. It's still refundable right up till 90 days prior to sailing. The other thing that we're doing is that we're giving them an early booking incentive. So anybody who puts their full name and deposit on a reservation at least 6 months in advance, we're going to give them a $50 onboard credit. So that's the main change with our new group rewards policy. Next cruise, I was just talking about that. One thing we do every quarter is we have prizes for people who book on, for the agents. Every time your client books on board a ship, you're entered in. Hi, or does that mean 5 minutes? Every time somebody books on board, you're entered into a drawing. This quarter drawing is we're giving away an Apple Watch. But you should encourage your people to book on board ship. They tend to spend more money when they book on board ship. On average, it's about 48% more that they spend. And I think what happens with that is they do like my wife does, is we walk down the hall to our inside cabin and she looks into the junior suite. I get an elbow in the ribs and she says, why aren't we in that room next time? So they also are more sticky bookings. They tend to stay booked, so less cancels. So it's definitely an advantage to encourage your people to book on board. You get full credit automatically if they book on board. We take care of that.
And the next time too.
Yeah, anytime they book on board. If they book on board, we just clone the reservation. So it continues into, yes. Royal Caribbean University had its 1-year anniversary. I would encourage you to do the online training. It's very simple, very quick. We come out with new courses as well. Like there's a new course on Coco Cay, for example. Once you complete this, you're listed as a Royal Caribbean expert. LoyalToYouAlways.com is your best spot to bookmark for promotions and specials, marketing aids. All this stuff is right there, ready to go. HTML emails, for example. If you're not signed up for Vicky's Tips, Vicky's friend, on Facebook, do that. She likes to send out special offers to her friends. And then speaking of special offers, we've got some September offers right now. We have our buy one, get one half off. We've got our Deck the Holiday deals that I mentioned. We have a kids sale free, 12 and under. We have an early booking bonus where you can get up to $100 to book at sea. And we also have a promo code savings where you put in the promo code SAVE, you can save an extra $50. And then Travel Agent Appreciation this month, any new booking you do, September 4 through 16, put in the promo code PARTNERSHIP, we'll send you an extra $25 bonus commission. That's good for anything sailing after November 1. And then you guys, because you're part of Travel Quest with Travel Leaders, they're in the President's Circle. You have a special offer here as well. The booking window is for the entire month of September. Book a balcony and above, any 6-night or longer, Caribbean or Bahamas. Sailing October 1 through the end of March, they're going to get complimentary specialty dining for 2. There is a email redemption that's required. This is on the the Travel Leaders website if you need more info on that. Or you can email me and I'll be happy to send you out a copy of this flyer. I've also have them at my table in the trade show today too. And then we do monthly webinars. Our next one is September 12th. We tend to keep them right under a half hour because we know you're busy. If you're not able to go to it live, we do have them recorded and you can go back to them. So we might have a minute left for any questions. 2 minutes left. Or is she saying peace? Yes?
I could book a cruise tour online.
How do you book it online?
Yeah.
Are you in Espresso? There's a thing there where you just click on the left side, add cruise tour, and then it'll put it in there.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
Because I can find the cruise, but not the cruise tour.
It's you can do it like right in the beginning, or you can do it on the page where you've got the prices showing up on the top left.
Okay.
Yes.
When will Coco Cay be completed?
The last thing to be finished will be the over the water cabanas in December of 19. But the majority of the fun stuff, the water park and all that, will be May of 19.
The pier?
The pier is January of 19. Yes.
If you don't put in save right away and you've already done the booking, you can't go back and put it in, right?
I think that's correct. Yeah, you have to do it at time of booking. Yeah. Any other questions? We got 40 seconds left. Yes.
I have a family that wants to reserve the presidential suite,
Uh-huh.
and they were told they must have contacted, they talked to somebody on board last trip they took that didn't book, that they had to put $500 down per person, which wasn't refundable. Is that correct?
All of our suites are automatically booked under the non-refundable deposit program. So it worked, all suites are that way.
Okay, and is it 500?
You
I
know,
mean, do we as TQ get some sort of lower rate for them?
no, it would be whatever our normal deposits are, and I honestly don't know. I don't.
Okay, that's fine.